guys, I'm back as I promised. So yeah, here I am. And yeah, my hair doesn't look good, but I don't care. Today is the long-awaited realities of sex video, which is going to be exactly what it sounds. It's going to be me talking about what the reality of having sex is. When I think back on my young child slash early adolescent self, before I knew anything about sex other than that it was just this thing that you did to make a baby, and I knew nothing about it. I didn't know how that worked. I didn't know how long the guy's thingy had to be inside the girl's thingy for. I didn't really understand any of the logistics at all. And then as I slowly started to get 14, 15 to the age where you're kind of into sex more as a recreational activity because your body starts to feel all types of way, I was still fucking clueless to how sex was actually going to be. I didn't fucking know, and now that I've been sexually active for 4 years, I know a lot of things that happen during sex or that go into sex that a little young me would never even know about. Just as a disclaimer, if you are under 16 years old, I would not watch this video. More likely than not, you are not sexually active and you're probably not ready to be sexually active. And watching this video, it's gonna be for mature audiences. I'm gonna be talking about things that are sexual, sometimes maybe a little graphic, because there's only so many ways that I can formulate how to say certain things. If you are under 16, I would not be watching this video. If your parents walk in on you watching this video, I will not be taking the blame for that shit, because this is me telling you that I don't think you need to be watching this. The point of this video is mainly for people that have had sex before to kind of laugh and be like, oh my god, that's so true. Because when you think about yourself pre-sex to yourself now as a sexually active person, there's so much that you never even knew was a real thing. And so if you are sexually active as well, then this is just gonna be one of my funny, humorous, haha, that's so true type of video. And if you are 16 or 17, on the younger end, but old enough to be watching this, and you're maybe about to have sex or nervous about sex, or all you really have to go off of for how sex is porn online or something, which by the way isn't realistic, then maybe this will be a little bit of a, oh, so that's what's gonna happen. Because I was super clueless, and at 16, 17, which was right before I lost my virginity, a year or two before, I would have loved to have a video like this knowing these things. So if you are old enough but still haven't had sex yet, maybe this will be a little educational for you. Also, as a disclaimer, I am a straight heterosexual female. I have only ever had sex with straight heterosexual males, so I can only talk on sex between straight men and straight women. So if that is not the type of sex that you prefer, I don't know how helpful or interesting this will be to you, because that's just not the experience I've had. So yeah, putting that out there. So yeah, let's get into the reality of having sex. Starting with something kind of PG. If you're making out with someone and you don't think they're a good kisser, I can almost guarantee you're not gonna think that they're a good lay. I think people being a good or bad kisser is completely subjective, because someone putting their tongue so far down my throat that they're touching my tonsils might be really gross to me, but some people might really like kissing like that. So I don't really think you can really say that someone's a bad kisser. I think you can say that someone's not compatible with your type of kissing. Just kind of figure out how you like to kiss and what you like. I personally do like tongue, but I like it to be a normal small amount of tongue, not a salivation down my throat tongue. I don't like that. Usually when I first start to hook up with a guy, or I have my first kiss with a guy or whatever the fuck, if the kissing is not good, 9 times out of 10, everything else that follows the kissing ain't gonna be that good. Yeah, if you're making out with someone and you're kind of thinking, oh, I think I'm gonna fuck this guy eventually, or fuck him tonight, I don't fucking know what your prerogative is, and you think the kissing is pretty fucking bad for whatever reason because it's not the way you like to kiss, I would maybe abort mission now. Next thing that no one really tells you is that sex is fucking messy as fuck. And I don't mean cum shot, that kind of porntastic messy where they're purposefully being messy because it's sexy. I don't know. It's really not that sexy. No, I just mean that it's messy in that your body is moving a lot, and so is the other person's body, and that's why people say that having sex is kind of like a workout, you are burning calories, so the chance of you sweating and the chance of the dude sweating is pretty fucking high. So yeah, you're probably gonna be sweaty, or if you don't really sweat that much or something, the dude will probably sweat enough to get sweat on you, and then, yeah, there's just like a lot of fluids everywhere. On the same terms as messy, I don't know how to phrase this without being so X-rated explicit. When the guy has finished inside of the girl. I never knew this before I started having sex, literally did not know this was a thing, but that goop that enters you from the man, that goop has to come back out. It doesn't just like go inside of you and stay up in there forever, which I kind of assumed it would because you just think, oh, well, it's sperm and the sperm swim up, and yeah, they swim up there, they don't fall out of you. Well, yeah, the sperm is invisible and it is swimming, but all the other excess shit and cytoplasm and whatever the fuck else is in that goop has to come out of you. So if you don't have like a towel or tissues or something next to you, like for right when that shit's done, you're going to either have a huge stain on your bed from it coming back out of you, or if you stand up to like walk to the bathroom to clean up, it's gonna fall down your legs, it's gonna fucking come out of you, and it's pretty gross. And the first few times I had sex, I kind of thought something was wrong with my vagina. I was like, why is it coming out of me? Like, what the fuck? Like, I've never seen that happen before in a porno, because yeah, before I had sex for the first time, I watched a lot of porn for like literal educational purposes. I wanted to see how two people did it with each other, and it's not really realistic, and that shouldn't be your first example of sex for the first time, but they don't show the like aftermath cleanup in porn, and there is cleanup. It's not like, oh, we just finished, so now we're laying in bed tangled up in each other and we are so in love and it's so hot and sexy. No, y'all are both standing the fuck up instantly, fucking scrubbing the stain that's just been created on the sheets, or changing the sheets, or going to the bathroom to get towels and tissue to like wipe your legs and wipe everything, and you're probably maybe even gonna shower depending on how messy and how sweaty it was. It's not super glamorous all the time. Next thing people don't really tell you is that there are going to be a lot of weird and a lot of unexplained and a lot of unexpected noises during sex for whatever reason. If a guy's on top of you and both of y'all's chest is sweating, that is gonna create like a suction and it's wet, and that's gonna maybe make like a weird noise when he like pulls his chest off of you. If you are in a position where the guy is penetrating you in a way that a lot of air is getting inside of your gooch, that air has to come out eventually, and you're gonna fucking queef. You are, and it's so embarrassing because you don't want the guy to think that you just farted, but every time that I've had this happen to me, which isn't like that many fucking times, okay? The guy's been like really normal about it, and they know, like, oh shit, like I did that to you, it's not your vagina's fault. So and there will be some noises that you kind of don't really know where that came from or why, but you both just gotta kind of trust that hopefully it wasn't because either of you farted or shit yourself. Sometimes during sex, the guy, for whatever reason, will either lose his ability to continue to go inside of you, or he won't really lose his ability, but he just can tell that he's not really gonna finish. There's gonna be no grand finale. And you can't fucking take that personally, and it's really hard not to, because you kind of just think like guys have such a high sex drive, right? Guys want to fuck all the time, and here I am, I'm naked, I'm having sex with him. Why is his thing gonna go, Why is his thing not gonna shoot out fireworks at the end? Like, why? Why am I not sexy enough? No, like sometimes shit just happens. Like finishing and like keeping your boner and shit is all like mental as much as it is physical, and there's so many like factors that go into that. And like if you went out with a guy and then like y'all both been drinking, like that can affect it. So if that ever happens, like don't take that like personally. It's most likely not you, but if you have sex with the same guy like multiple times and it keeps becoming like a recurring issue, maybe he has like a more severe problem, and I don't know, if he's not gonna fix that, maybe you should find someone whose thing is not gonna just die on you. Okay, we're gonna talk about guys' private parts and girls' private parts real quick. Guys' private parts and girls' private parts all look different, and that is a cool thing, right? We're all different, we're all unique, yay! Yeah, sometimes guy parts are circumcised or are not circumcised, and I personally don't like when guys aren't circumcised. I don't know, I'm grown up in Western culture, America, like that is what I'm used to seeing and interacting with. I don't really know if I really like it when it has extra stuff on it. Sorry to guys that have that, but like I'm just not gonna be your girl. Funny little story about this, actually, my freshman year, my one night stands, actually, drunk as fuck, hooked up with this guy that I said in the moment that I wanted to hook up with because I was wasted, but he wasn't drunk at all, and he knew that I was drunk, and he still had sex with me, and the next day I was really upset about it, and I cried, and whatever the fuck, I don't fucking know, like shit happens when you're drunk and you're starting college and you make a lot of mistakes, whatever. That guy wasn't circumcised, and before we even like had sex, we were like fooling around, and I like touched it, and just from touching it, I couldn't even see it, I could tell that one, it wasn't circumcised, and two, that it was one of the most small micro ass penises that I have ever fucking seen in my life, fucking ever. Like, holy shit. I literally pulled my hand away, like knee-jerk reaction, and was like, oh my god, are you not circumcised? That is like so rude. Like, I'm so sure he was so offended, and he was like, no, like, is that a problem? And I was like, no, it's fine. But I was so taken aback, and I didn't like it. Besides the fact that he wasn't circumcised, this penis was like literally like what the fuck, like a Vienna sausage or smaller. Like, what the fuck is that? I don't like that. And you don't really know what someone's dick is gonna look like before they're naked, unless they're sending you dick pics. Who fucking knows nowadays? Actually, let's be honest, you probably will get a dick pic before you fuck the guy. So yeah, if you don't like the dick pic, then you've just saved yourself like a whole world of nasty, if that's not what you're into. But some people don't mind that, and that's fine, and everyone's different, and people are probably gonna comment and shit on me for not liking when guys aren't circumcised, but whatever. There are plenty of guys that don't like it when girls don't shave, and that's their preference, that they only want shaved vaginas. So if guys are gonna be that uptight that they only want a shaved vagina, I'm allowed to be uptight enough to want you to not have that extra over the no. Likewise though, vaginas are all different. Everyone's vagina looks different. Please don't feel like you have a weird vagina. When I was little, I literally thought I had such a weird vagina, and I was like, for sure that doesn't look normal. Like, I can never have sex with a boy. A boy's never ever want to go down on me, like something is so wrong with me. For the record now, I have seen like enough of my friends' vaginas and vagina in porn and movies and whatever the fuck that my vagina is normal. There is nothing that's not normal, but I'm just saying, even if you feel like, oh, I look weird down there or whatever, I can almost guarantee you that you don't look weird. And at the end of the day, if you're naked about to have sex with a guy, they are so motherfucking grateful that they probably are not analyzing that little part of your vagina that you kind of think is weird. Like, almost guaranteed that they're not. The only thing I think vaginally that guys are really judging is your like level of cleanliness slash shaving. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell anyone to like shave their pubes or do something with their pubes. Like, that's your fucking body hair, and like girl empowerment. Like, I personally don't give a fuck about what you do with your body hair, but the world that we live in, guys definitely are low-key expecting you to have the most minimal to no vagina hair, which it's your body and you gotta do what you want to do. But I'm just saying that's kind of like a common popular thing. So if I was going to give any type of suggestion about pubic hair at all, which I'm sure me saying this is gonna offend someone, but it's just a little suggestion. Even if you want to leave like everything and be like 70s as fuck, like fuck yeah, this is my bush, hell the fuck yeah, I would just at the least wax or shave just like the like inner, like down in there parts, like the parts that like, you know, so he's not like gagging on a pube. And likewise, if a guy doesn't do anything to like shave his balls, sorry, I'm not gonna suck on him. Do you, but maybe just have enough common sense with just like hygiene and stuff. Okay, the duration of sex. When I was younger and didn't know anything about sex yet, I didn't know that like the guy had to like get hard and then he had to have sex until he ejaculated, and that's where the sperm came from and that's where babies came from. Like, I didn't know that. I just kind of thought, okay, somehow this thing that he pees from is gonna go inside this thing that's attached to part of me where I pee from, and then, I don't know, 3 seconds, 10 seconds, how long does it have to sit here? And then a baby comes? Like, I was so clueless. I think we all know how sex actually works, and if you don't know how sex actually works, then you definitely should not be watching this video at all, so I'm definitely not gonna explain all of that business to you guys. But the duration of sex can be anywhere from literally less than 5 minutes to like instantaneous if the guy hasn't gotten off in a long time, or it's one of his first few times having sex or something, because guys have to like work up the like stamina to like not just like bust instantly. Don't ever like hate on a guy for like finishing too soon, because trust me, he's going to be so fucking mortified and embarrassed for himself as it is. Like, do the fucker a favor and don't make him feel like shit, even though plenty of times I've made little rude comments to guys that have finished too fast. But all those guys that I've said that to have been such fuckboys that they've deserved it. I just wanted to fucking sting them where it already fucking hurt. But for the most part, guys are trying to last a certain length of time to like not look like fucking losers, because guys have all this pressure that they're like supposed to last a really long time, or like they're not the man. I don't fucking know. To me personally, anything that's over like 10 minutes is like perfectly fine. And like honestly, after 10 minutes, unless I'm like so fucking turned on and so unbelievably into you, it's like next level, I'm probably gonna be getting kind of bored anyway, especially because like over 70% of girls cannot finish themselves from like just penetration in their vaginal canal, which I'm gonna talk about more in like a second. So after 10 minutes of like getting pounded, I'm like, okay, chop boy. So to me personally, anything over like 10 minutes is like completely fine, and like that's fine with me. Some guys can last like 20 to 45 minutes. Apparently some guys can like go rounds for hours. I have yet to see this or experience that with anyone that I've ever had sex with, but duration is going to be different for every guy and for every like time you have sex, and it all depends on how like turned on they are and how turned on you are, and the duration is always going to be different, and there's no like right or wrong time. I mean, if the guy is finishing in like less than 2 minutes, that is gonna be, yeah, kind of lame. It's gonna be a bummer for you. But at the end of the day, there isn't really any right or wrong like duration of time. So yeah, like don't think about that too much. Also, something about real life sex is, yeah, real life sex can be super hot, and if you are like in love with someone or hooking up with someone that you're so attracted to, so into you, or whatever the fuck, yeah, sex can be really great and really hot and awesome. But for the most part, sex isn't this like super crazy over the top like thing. Like in movies, how many of you have seen a TV show or a movie where the people like come back to the apartment or the house and are just instantly like taking off their clothes, like banging each other up against the walls, like making out, like can't get enough of each other, like holy shit, like so frantic. I've never had sex like that. Like realistically, there is a slow warm up, because girls are like crock pots, okay? We gotta warm up. It's like a slow simmer until we're fully heated up, ready to go. Men are like microwaves. It's like instantaneous, 30 seconds, it's hot as fuck, they're ready to go. So usually in real life sex, there's a whole lot of foreplay and like slow moving things that lead up to like the crazy hot, like yeah, we're fucking shit, because girls literally need that time to get turned on so that their like vagina is lubricated, so they're not in pain when a fucking sausage or a tiny little Vienna, you never know, is cramming itself into you, you know? Like you need to have the like slow warm up, and you don't have to do like crazy things. You don't need to like have sex with your legs bent behind your ears. You don't have to do these crazy weird positions you've seen online, and you also don't have to do anything that you're uncomfortable with. Some positions actually hurt me. Like, dude, if you bend me that much, I'm gonna fucking have a stomachache. Or dude, if you bend me that much, I might shit on you. Like there's some stuff that's kind of uncomfortable, and you have to be able to speak up for yourself and be like, this hurts, like let's switch it, like whatever. On that same topic, yes, you change positions during sex usually many times. If you're not changing positions at all, I can almost guarantee you that you're having pretty boring sex. But everyone's different, and you can have sex however the fuck you want. Usually you are switching positions, and when I was younger and I started to learn a little more about sex, I was like, switching positions? What? Okay. I didn't understand that like you could kind of like take a 20-second like little pause to like reposition each other's bodies and then like keep going again. I was like, so the thing is just in you, and you have to like move yourself around with it in you? Like how am I gonna do that? The guy can remove himself from you, switch positions, reformulate your bodies, and then go. And then, okay, I wanna do this now. Okay, little break, switch positions, and then, And what's good about that also is because every time there's like that little break, the guy can like build up a little more stamina to like last longer. Switching positions is normal, and you don't have to do crazy wild positions. You can do whatever the fuck you're comfortable with, and your partner should be okay with only doing whatever the fuck you're comfortable with. Oral sex, when you like go down on a guy or a guy goes down on you, that is like up to your comfort level. Like a lot of guys kind of just think that like when they have sex, the girl's gonna like go down on them for at least a little bit as foreplay, or maybe even completely go down on them to finish them and then wait a few minutes and then have sex. Like I feel like guys are almost low-key always expecting BJs. And ladies, what is the percentage here of you giving BJs and then guys going down on you? It's like It's like so fucking fucked. Like seriously, guys like kind of act like they don't really want to do it unless they have to. And I mean, if you're in a relationship with someone and you love someone, like obviously it's gonna be like a more frequent thing. But for hookups and stuff, guys aren't ever like just trying to like go down on you. At least like not that often. But they're definitely always expecting you to go down on them. Definitely only do what you're comfortable with. If for some reason you do not like doing that to guys, you don't have to fucking do it. You don't have to. Don't feel pressured to, whatever. And if a guy really doesn't want to do it to you, likewise, you can't make him. But at the end of the day, I think we can all agree that girls are going down on guys much more than guys are going down on girls, and it's a bunch of fucking bullshit, okay? I'm starting a fucking strike. I'm making fucking signs. I'm gonna go fucking walk downtown Austin and be like, cunnilingus or bust. Oral, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and teach you how to do that, you know? I'm not gonna teach you how to have sex either. You're gonna have to figure some shit out on your own. But don't ever be pressured to have to do oral or whatever the fuck. You're allowed to be like, I don't really want to do that. There have been plenty of times that I've straight up been like, yeah, I know you want me to suck your dick, but I'm not gonna. And finally, to conclude, the things that I've thought of that are realistic when it comes to having sex. Finishing, the completion, an orgasm, being done. Like I said earlier, it's something like over 70% of girls cannot finish from just a dick going inside them. I personally will never, can never, have never, would never finish this way. It feels nice enough, obviously it's sex, but it doesn't feel anything like what it should be to have some like explosion down south, okay? So for me personally, and I know like over 70% of girls, if the guy isn't taking the time to go down on me or do something with his hand or fucking do something to stimulate me, nothing's gonna fucking happen. For girls, much more so than guys, obviously it is much fucking harder to finish. So if the guy finishes, which he probably fucking will, like 95% of the time, something else that isn't fucking fair about sex, let me the fuck know. Don't like hate yourself, feel bad, whatever, like I don't know. Also, it, like I said, just as much as it is mental, physical, whatever for guys, it's just that much for girls. Like even if it feels really great, if I'm not in the mindset or something and it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. And half the time that's not even the guy's fault, but the other half of the time it definitely fucking is, because a lot of guys fucking suck at doing this. They fucking suck. Men, you suck. Like literally so many guys I've hooked up with either haven't even tried, like won't even do it because they fucking suck, but they definitely want their dick sucked, or they are so bad at it. I'm like, what are you doing? What is happening? What are you doing? You're just wasting my time. It's definitely more difficult for girls, and that definitely fucking sucks. But if you're with someone that you're like dating or have been hooking up with for a while or whatever the fuck, you can definitely speak your mind and be like, hey, like if you did this, this would feel a little better. Like I've definitely had to coach guys before a little bit because they've been like pretty close but just not doing something right, and it's okay to speak up. You have to be able to speak up during sex. Like you can talk during it, you can converse with each other. Like it's not just the whole time. Like you can be like, okay, pause, we're gonna reconfigure, and this time when you do this, you're gonna do this so that I can fucking do this. And if you don't finish, that's not that uncommon for girls. All you can do is work with your partner to try and get them to be better at getting you there. But if it's like a random hookup and the guy doesn't give a fuck about you and is just trying to get it in, like, sorry honey, you're probably out of luck. So yeah, this is definitely probably like the most explicit raunchy video I've ever fucking created. I hope this made you realize that shit that you see in porn or whatever you've been told might not be accurate. What I told you was definitely accurate though. And if you've had sex before, I hope that you could relate to this and you agree with me or whatever the fuck, I don't fucking know. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to check me out on social media, all my shit will be down below as always, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!